After a crazy summer and weeks of prep, the day has finally come. The Friday before showcase weekend, we all had the opportunity to have about 4 hours to set up our space as vendors and set up all the mannequins and racks. I was sewing up until the final hour, and I did get there around maybe like 5 o'clock, and it was like the rockiest trip in this Uber ride. First of all, it felt like I was moving. I had so much with me, and 2 mannequins was honestly more than enough to have in an Uber XL all the way across to Manhattan. And to be doing it all by myself was not only exhausting but kind of crazy, but also really nice because I got to sit with my work and reflect on what these past weeks really meant to me within my journey. Luckily, the weather was perfect. We did run into a few bumps on the road, and by that I mean heavy traffic. And also, once we got into SoHo, there was like some huge fire on the street up ahead, so we were stuck in traffic for even longer there, on top of the actual foot traffic of the people in SoHo. It was crazy. But finally we arrived, and this is what the space looked like. I was so excited. Everyone was immediately locked in, and we got done packing. My friend Gigi reached out to me on Instagram, and she was helping me unload. It was so cool. Everyone had like all their designated spaces with a bunch of supplies, and I took the full amount of time that we had. So I was there until 8 p.m. with Gigi. We were setting up, making everything cute and steaming, making sure everything was perfect for the bright and early day we're gonna have for the weekend. I split my racks between vintage and the things that I was sewing myself. I definitely have thoughts on how I want to improve further, but it was just so cool. And the part 2 people who were running the show were amazing and so considerate and helpful. They even had people like help us out of our cars. But it was just so crazy the night before to see everything kind of come together and like develop a space fully for myself with all my designs and vintage curation. So this is what it looked like the night before. It still had a few things that I needed to figure out, which I was really nervous about, but I was really pleased with this space. Once I felt I had everything kind of figured out as much as I could, I actually ran home and went straight back into sewing because I realized I had a little bit of a last wind left in me, and there were a few things that I wasn't really satisfied with just yet. So I finished a few garments that I was halfway done with and then went to bed. Then it was showtime, you guys. The place packed up so quickly. I was in the bottom floor, which means I didn't even see half of the pandemonium and all the mayhem, but it was so crazy to meet so many clients like right at like 10:05. Like we opened at 10. It was so crazy, and people were there to shop, they were there to talk, and it was just so nice getting to meet all these new clients and people that were sharing their stories with me of all different ages and like different like demographics. It was really cool. I don't really know what I was expecting in terms of sales, but I actually sold a decent amount of things, and it was really cool to see the outcome of that. But one thing I did notice is that people were a little bit more hesitant on the lingerie side of things, because while I am a designer, this was a vintage show, so a lot of people really didn't ask questions and just were confused. But you guys, the line was so long. This showcase was a success, and like hats off to the part 2 team because they did an amazing job. But yeah, things started dwindling down really quickly, and I got a little scared because I was like, oh my god, what if I sell out? But obviously that's a good problem to have, and I started like playing around a little bit with my space, but also remembering to have fun with it, because honestly I didn't really know what the outcome was going to be. So yeah, I switched up the mannequin a little bit, went back home and kept sewing that night, and really tried to finish a few more pieces and another piece for the mannequin display, and just have a bunch of delirious fun with myself the night before Sunday. Sunday was a major curveball though. I got all this space because some of the vendors moved around, so I got basically like a quarter end of the basement floor, which was really cool. So I decided to play around with what I had and change my displays up a little bit, and my mom got to come, which was really cool. And I feel like I had a lot more clients and talking time on Sunday. It was really cool. It was a great sales day, but regardless, I had a lot of people like just chat with me, which was really awesome. Still tried to keep the displays with like vintage and my own designs separated, but I decided to mix it up a bit just to merchandise it just a little bit further. But it was so fun, and I got to chat with all the coolest people that I'm in touch with now, and also spent time with family, which was really awesome. It's nice to feel supported, like physically outside of like the digital realm. And just like that, it was over. I wish I captured more clips, but honestly I was really living in the moment and just appreciating everything that I had accomplished and that I was able to share with others. I decompressed, but only for a little bit. It was go time. Just again, Fashion Week was not over just because my showcase was over, and I got straight to work again. Went to a stylist shoot, and I passed off a bunch of my garments and went straight to the garment district again because I had an event to go to, which I didn't have anything to wear. So I made myself a dress in under 3 hours. I don't know how I did that, but I did, and I was absolutely obsessed with this dress. I basically made a lace cutaway version of a dress that had sleeves on it. I changed the pattern up a little bit and made it more unique to me. I had so much fun at the event, but of course it was back to reality, and I had a full-blown reset for my next project of adventures.